Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we had started already our chapter 11 time, and we were doing finding duration of time, and related to that we were doing word problem. So children, in our last class I have told you that today we were doing how to find the duration when the time will be given. Now today what we will do, you have to find the time duration when number of days you are supposed to find it out. Let's say here I am going to take one example. Let's say you went for a trip for a school trip or for a picnic or whatever, and you went for that trip on 3rd of June. 3rd of June. You went on trip at 3rd of June. Means on 3rd June you went it for the trip and you came back on 10th of June. So now here the question is, what is the duration of this trip? Now here you are supposed to find it out, number of days from 3rd June to number of days from 3rd June to 10th June. Do you understand what is the difference between what we have done previously and what I am talking right now? Right now I am talking about you are going to find duration of time in number of days. See here 3rd June and then 10th of June. So here you are going to find the duration of time. Like you went for trip on 3rd June means 3rd June will also be included in that trip. Now children, now we will do example 3 and 4 from your book related to this exercise 11.4. After doing that example 3 and 4, then we are going to take question from exercise 11.4. Already few of the questions we have done from that exercise till 4th questions we have done till 4 question. Now we'll start with example 3. Now what is that example 3? A school closed for Christmas break on 20th December. Means as you were having your winter break, just similarly that school closed for Christmas break on 20th December and reopened on 4th of January next year. Means here you are going to find it out, number of days in the month of December. Why? Because the school closed on 20th December. Means how many days the school closed in the month of December, that you are going to find it out. After that, in the next year, the school reopens on 4th of January. It means you are going to... Now here one very interesting question that it might be clicked in your mind, means the day we came back or the day the school will reopen, that day will be included in that break or not? No, that day will not be included in that break. Why? Because on 4th January your school started working. So on that day you are not on leave. You will be coming to the school. So that day, that is 4th January, is not included in that Christmas break. So here children, what we will do? We are going to find number of days in the month of December from 20th December to 31st December. Now children, the day the break begins, that day will be included in this. Fine. From 20th December to 31st December, that will be included in your that Christmas break. And after that, in the month of January, you are going to include from 1st January to 3rd January. It means you are going to find it out number of days in the month of December. After that, number of days in the month of January. And then you are going to add it. Means total duration of days or total duration of Christmas break that you can find it out. So let's do it and we'll understand how you are going to do questions from the exercise example 3. Now first, number of days from 20th December to 31st December. Now here the month of December contains 31 days, means from 20th December to 31st December you are going to include it. Now here you are going to include 20 also. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So here number of days will be 12. Now number of days in the next year, number of days from 1st January to 3rd January. So what is the duration of days? 1, 2, 3. So here the number of days will be 3. So here children, what do you understand? In a school, Christmas break begins on 20th December. So that 20th December will be included. And that break continues till 3rd of January. So it means number of days in a particular month you are going to calculate separately. Then number of days in the next month you are going to calculate separately. After that, total duration of Christmas break you are going to find it out. That is total duration of Christmas break. Christmas break. That is 12 plus 3, that will be 15 days. And that was your question only. Therefore, here the school remain closed for 15 days. Therefore, the school remain closed for 15 days. This is your question. This is your example 3. Why I am taking example first? So that the concept will be clear, and then we are going to take question from the exercise related to this. So here children, what is given in the question? What is given in the example? That the school closed for Christmas break on 20th December and reopens on 4th of January. It means 1st to 3rd January also your Christmas break is going on. Means you are going to come to school on 4th of January. So here children, always you are going to do it like that. Number of days in a particular month you will find it out separately like that. I have done number of days from 20th December to 31st December. This we are going to calculate separately, that is 12 days. After that, number of days from 1st January to 3rd January, that is 3. Now total duration of Christmas break will be 12 plus 3, that is 15. Therefore the school remain closed for 15 days. Now children, similarly we will see example 4 and then we will come to exercise 11.4. Now these examples are also related to exercise 11.4 only. So children, these examples are also very important. You all are supposed to do practice of all these examples, which I was doing in the video. Now example 4. A train leaves Delhi at 6:10 am on Saturday and reaches Ahmedabad at 11:15 am on Sunday. Now find the duration of journey. Now here on a particular day means what is the duration of days on Saturday, that is 6:10 am. That train leaves from Delhi at 6:10 am. It means total duration of Saturday you are going to find it out, and then after that you are going to find it out the total duration. So how we will do it? Now train leaves Delhi at 6:10 am. So now here duration of time on Saturday. What is the total duration of time on Saturday? That we are supposed to find it out here. Now if I talk about hours and minutes, how we are supposed to do it? This we'll write here hours and minutes. Now in one day, how many hours and minutes are there? 24 hours. Means out of 24 hours we are going to subtract 6 hours 10 minutes. We'll subtract it. Fine. Out of 24 hours we will subtract, because at this time 6:10 am that train leaves Delhi. Now what we will do? This will become 23 and this will become 60. So this will become 50 and 23 minus 6, what will be left? 17. So this was the duration of time which that person spent on Saturday in train. Now here the train reaches Ahmedabad at. So that will be your next statement. Train reaches Ahmedabad at what time? At what time that train reaches at Ahmedabad? So the train reaches at Ahmedabad at 11:15 am. 11:15 am. It means total duration will be that will be, we'll write hours and then we'll write minutes. And what we will do here? Now hours will be this 17 hours 50 minutes of first day and 11 hours 15 minutes of second day. We'll do the total, and this will be the total time duration which was taken by the train to reaches from Delhi to Ahmedabad. So what we will do? This will be 5. 1 will become hour, 7, 8, 9, 29. So this will be the duration, 29 hours 5 minutes. So what we have seen in this question? We have seen a train leaves Delhi at 6:10 am. That I have written, train leaves Delhi at 6:10 am. And duration of Saturday we are going to find it out separately, because days, when we are talking about days, duration of first day we are going to find it out separately, duration of second day we are going to find it out separately, duration of third day we are going to find it out separately. And when we are talking about days, Then duration of or the number of days in a particular month, that we are going to find it out separately. Number of days, that we are going to find it out separately. So here the train leaves Delhi at 6:10 a.m. Now duration of time on Saturday means what is the time taken on Saturday, that we will find it out. Means in one day we all are aware that we have 24 hours. So out of 24 hours we are going to separate this 6 hours 10 minutes. We'll do the subtraction, we'll be getting this 17 hours 50 minutes. Now this is the duration of Saturday. But on the next day, means on Sunday, the train reaches Ahmedabad at 11:15 a.m. Now what we will do, therefore total duration or the total journey time, that will be sum of these two, 17 hours 50 minutes, 17 hours 50 minutes plus this 11 hours 15 minutes. So that is already, because that is in AM, so that you don't require to convert it at all. So I hope children the concept of both time and day both is clear. Now we'll take question from exercise and make it more clearer. Actually the children, a few of the children are getting confused that that they are subtracting from 11:15 only, they will be subtracting 6:10. But in between what is the time where that time has went? Because that 6:10 is of particular one day and 11:15 is of another day. That's why only we were subtracting it and then adding it. So children, from your book till question number 4 we have done. So right now we are going to start with question number 5. Vidushi went on a tour to Goa. She started her tour on 3rd January and came back on 8th February. How long was her tour? So, Vidushi went for a tour. Till question number 4 we have finished in yesterday's video. That's why today I am started with Vidushi's means question number 5. Now Vidushi went on a tour to Goa. Now I will tell you one easiest way to make you remind that which day will be included and which day will not be included. The day a person went for a tour, that day will be included. Means for example, if you will go on a trip, that day will be included. But when you came back, let's say you came back on that particular day at 12 a.m. only, so that day will not be included. So this is the basic funda. Fine. So now Vidushi went on a tour to Goa. She started her tour on 3rd of January and came back on 8th of February. Now how long was her tour? So now here what is the first one? Vidushi went on a tour to Goa. She started her tour on 3rd January. So first statement will be Vidushi went to Goa on 3rd January. Fine, and came back. Then she came back on 8th of February. Now here children, if you want to write all these things in the question, fine. If you want to write it, write it. If you will not write it, you can start your questions straight away from here. Number of days in number of days from 3rd January to 31st January. Number of days from 3rd January to 31st January. that will be 29 days, because third day will be included in that, means 31 minus 2. Then number of days from first February to 7th February. See now here what I have written. I am not going to include that day of 8th February. The day of 8th February will not be included. Why? Might be on 8th February at what time they have came. So here the duration is 7 days. So what is the next part of the question? The question is, how long was her tour? So total number of days. What is the total number of days? That will be 29 plus 7. 14, 15, 16, 36 days. So what is the next part of the question? Therefore, her tour long, or therefore Vidushi tour is of 36 days. Or you can write duration of Vidushi's tour is 36 days. You can mold the statement in your own words, but the meaning must be correct. Means when you are molding the statement, it is not like that whatever you want to write, that will be grammatically correct, and what you are writing, that will also be totally correct. So here children, we'll take it. I'll read out this question number 5 once again. What is there? That Vidushi went on a tour to Goa. She started her tour on 3rd January and came back on 8th February. How long was her tour? So what we have written, the first statement that is optional. If you want to write it like Vidushi went for a tour on that particular day and then came back on that particular day, if you want to write it, then you can write it, or you can write, you can start the question from here. Number of days from 3rd Jan or 3rd January to 31st January. Now here 3rd January to 31st January, what is that question is asking? That how many days in the month of January was spent on that tour, and how many days of the month of February has spent on the tour. So children, the basic idea is that number of days of that particular month you are going to find it out separately, and number of days of other month that you are going to find it out separate. So now children, will move to next question, that is question number 6. A school closed for summer vacation on 2nd May and reopened on 8th July. For how many days did the school remain closed? Now question number 6 we are going to see right now. Now as I told you that school closed for summer vacation on that particular day and what happened in that and all. That if you want to write it, you can write it. If you don't want it, no need to write it. Fine. That you can skip. We'll start the question from number of days itself. So here question number 6, we'll write number of days from 2nd May to 31st May. see here from 2nd May itself, the vacation of the school started. So number of days in the month of May, you are going to find it out. After that, number of days, now whole June is number of days from 1st June to 30th June. This whole month will be included because your school is going to reopen in the month of July. It means it is not like that June you are going to come. Your holiday will start it from 2nd of May and it continues till 8th of July. Means the school reopen on 8th of July. It means in the month of July also from 1st to 7th. The day holiday begins, that will be included, but the day the holiday will over, that will be excluded. Means first day you are going to include it. Then next is number of days from 1st July to 8. Now 8th July will not be included. Why? Because on 8th July your school started working. So that will not be included. You are going to include till 7th of July. So now what is there? Here the duration will be 30 days. Then again one more 30 days. Then here 7 days. So now what is the last part of the question? What is the total duration of? Therefore, total duration of summer break. Therefore, total duration of summer break. What is the total duration of summer break? That is 30 plus 30 plus 7. So here the total will be 67 days. That is your total duration, or you can write one more sentence for this. And therefore the school remain closed for 67 days. Therefore the school remain closed for 67 days. This is your question. Now question 6 is that one only, like a school closed for summer vacation on 2nd May and reopened on 8th of July. See, in this question you have been included 3 months, May, then June and then July. So the vacation begins on 2nd of May. So it means number of days in May we are going to find it out from 2nd May to 31st May. That will be 30 days. Now number of days from 1st June to 30th June. Here the duration is 30 days. Now what next? Number of days from 1st July to 7th July. 1st July to 7th July. The duration is 7 days. Now total duration of summer break, that is 30 plus 30 plus 7. That is 67 days. Therefore the school remain closed for 67 days. Children, here you have to take care that the first date which is given, that date will be added, and the second date, like in this question 8th of July is given, that I have not included. See, only till 7th July I have taken. So children, today we have done questions related to your this finding the duration of time, that is number of days. Tomorrow we are going to see questions related to how to find time duration, like of that particular day, like when we went for a journey for particular number of days, then how we are going to count that many number of hours? So here I am going to finish our class today. That's all for today, children. Have a good day.